tires screech in the neon glow light. Cruisers silent, chasing shadows at night. The sun dips low where the skyline hums. Roleplay chaos where the Wild West comes. San Andreas whispers in my ear. Cops and criminals dance without fear. A last frontier in a digital dream. Reality bends where nothing's what it seems. Badges gleam, but the masks come alive. Streets a stage for a world where we thrive. Drumming hearts over city streets wide. Every chase a story where wits collide. San Andreas whispers in my ear. Cops and criminals dance without fear. Last frontier in a digital dream. Reality bends where nothing's what it seems. A pistol clip under harsh starlight. Flash of red and blue pierces the night. But who plays the hero? Who's out for the win? In this endless game where we reset again. San Andreas whispers in my ear. Cops and criminals dance without fear. Last frontier in a digital dream. Reality bends where nothing's what it seems.
Nothing but blue skies up above. Another sunny day in paradise. The only rain around here is when I fill up my cup with a shot of Pisswasser and some lager beer. If you're looking for me, I'll be out at Sandy Shores, throwing lures in the water, tossing horseshoes, riding four-wheelers on the sand dunes. There ain't a care in the world, 'cause I got no worries. Man, I love living in the country out here in Sandy Shores. The days go slow, but the party don't stop. It's kinda hard to quit when you're having this much fun. We start off at the lake, then we take it to the bar and do a little dancing at the honky-tonk. If you're looking for me, I'll be out at Sandy Shores, throwing lures in the water, tossing horseshoes, riding four-wheelers on the sand dunes. There ain't a care in the world, 'cause I got no worries. sandy shores. It's a hell of a life. The water's warm and the beer is ice cold, and that's just how it goes. Out here in sandy shores, throwing lures in the water, tossing horseshoes, riding four-wheelers on the sand dunes. There ain't a care in the world, 'cause I got no worries. Man, I love living in the country, out here in sandy shores. Out here in sandy shores. I was born on the front row in a sleepy little beach town. 57 members in the congregation, a garden out back with waves whispering through. The sand dunes were behind us, the sea breeze was our AC, the sound of waves was our music, and the birds sang harmony. At the Sandy Shores Church, in a room of believers, I've never been more sure there was something more out there. At the Sandy Shores Church, yeah, I heard him loud and clear every Sunday of every year. It all felt so near at the Sandy Shores Church. I can still smell the bacon from the breakfast before Sunday school. When my faith got tested, it brought me back to what I always knew. At the Sandy Shores Church, in a room of believers, I've never been more sure there was something more out there. At the Sandy Shores Church, yeah, I heard him loud and clear every Sunday of every year. It all felt so near at the Sandy Shores Church. Oh, the smell of the ocean, the blue of the sky, it all came together when I closed my eyes. At the Sandy Shores Church, in a room of believers, I've never been more sure there was something more out there. At the Sandy Shores Church, yeah, I heard him loud and clear every Sunday of every year. It all felt so near at the Sandy Shores Church. At the Sandy Shores Church. I was born on the front row in a sleepy little beach town. 57 members in the congregation, a white wooden steeple that used to be brown.
How's it going, guys? How's everyone doing tonight? Hope everyone is doing good. Just give me 1 second here. Alrighty, guys. So, today I'm going to be showing you some new scripts I've been working on. So I've been wanting to make my own money framework for FiveOhm for quite some time. I've been trying to think of how I wanted to do it. There's more features I want to add that are not ready yet. But for the time being, this is what I have, and I'm going to show it to you guys. I am a big fan of also integrating with other scripts, so there will be quite a bit of that that I will also show off today. So, if you guys are interested, stick around and you'll see it. Give me just 1 second, and I will get started. Alright, so what I'm going to be showing is my money framework script. Like I said, I've been working on it. It's coming along pretty good. And yeah, so it has integration with LB Phone. It's one of the best, honestly, probably the best phone out there, in my opinion, especially for standalone servers. So I wanted my money framework to implement and work with it. So that is what I've been working on. If you guys are a part of my Discord and have all these stuff turned on to be able to see the work in progress scripts, you would have been seeing some progress of this, but I am just here to show you a bit more in action. So first things first, we'll start with the money script on its own, and then we'll get to the integration with LB and all of that. So first things first, my money script does not have a HUD, at least currently, unless people want that, because most people have a HUD that can have money. In my case, as you can see here in my server, we have Big Daddy's HUD. Big Daddy scripts, he does a lot of great scripts, and I actually really like how his HUD is. It's simple and does a trick for us for now. And it has money, and as you can see in the top right, that's his money HUD. It can integrate with that. It's all configurable. You can configure a bunch of different stuff. It also supports adding additional ATM models. And I'll get to that in a moment. And it's very configurable for each model too, because there's a lot of things that can go weird with certain models if it's any MLO or whatever, if it's placed weird, if it's a custom model, there could be a lot of variables that of course you would need to handle. So I have made that all possible through the configuration files. So let's start off with ATM. There's a custom ATM HUD. If you walk up to it, you'll see this press E to use ATM. That is mine. So if you press E, your guy will turn and look at it. Insert his card, which is all GTA animations. And then this will appear, which is my custom HUD. So it shows you your bank balance, which in my case I have a lot. Ignore why there's 4 decimal points here. That I believe is a bug currently. There should only be 2. But we'll ignore that for now. And so, yeah, there's an ATM fee. If you were to set the ATM fee to 0, for example, or less, it would not show up here. It wouldn't go into effect. And then for the minimum increment, this is how much in increments you can take out. So this would be like, so $10 or $20, but you can't do $15 or anything in between. And it actually, well, I accidentally hit withdrawal with 10 there, but it would, yeah, it wouldn't normally do that. I don't think. Was that an issue I found? Yeah, so that's what happened. Now, be careful with that, because if you were to set this to an invalid value, such as 5, and click off, it sets it to 10, so try not to click these, unless you just want to withdraw that, because then you will get charged a fee as well. And that's another thing. Make sure you have enough in your bank. In my case, let's say I had $40 in my bank and I wanted to withdraw $40. That would not be possible with the ATM fee. Because it's the money you want to take out plus the fee that you have to have. It doesn't take, it's not $40 and then takes the fee out of that $40. So that's just a note for you guys. In this case, we'll take out, I don't know, $100. You could simply hit withdraw, and then it will do a basic GTA 5 notification in the bottom left there. And it also tells you the ATM fee, which of course would be dependent on whatever the fee is set to for your server. So that's that. Depositing works the same way. It will just go in instead of out of your bank. So that is that for as ATMs go. I don't have anyone in here currently that I can help show some of the interaction, but you can pay other people. You can simply do pay cash and then the amount. So it says example 50. So let's say I wanted to give someone $50 in cash. We do that, and it says cancel to press X to cancel paying a player. And that's if you can't find someone or something for some reason. I don't know why you would do this if you can't find someone, but anyway. I'll have to show that off another time when I can have someone in here that can help me show that off. It also has the basic set cash and set bank. They both do different thing or the same thing, just dependent for the account, and it'll just hard set it to that amount. This can be toggled off if you don't like that for your server, or if you have jobs people can do and it'll just get deposited through that. There is a paycheck system in here, and I'll just pull up my config file actually for it. So the config file is here. It's very customizable, as you can see. Okay. Well, 5M just crashed. So give me just a moment while I get that back. And that was not a crash related to my script or anything like that. That actually was a graphical crash for some reason, which I've not gotten in a long time, so kind of shocked by that one. Oops, my bad. There we go. Put you guys on this for now while the game loads back up. Gotta love 5M when it crashes. Just give me 1 second here. Oh, 5M, what are you doing? 5M is not behaving tonight. Like at all. I'm just trying to get back into 5M here. It crashed just for anyone joining in. Anyway, if you guys have any questions about the money framework I am working on, please put them in the comments if you're watching this as a VOD, or put it in the chat now, and I will answer your question if I can. We're just loading in now. Okay, it just loaded. Give me just a second. I'll get the screen back over. Why is it black? There we go. Okay, we're back again. So yeah, anyway, that's the ATM stuff I was showing. That all works great. Let me just pull up and change out this real quick. So, to show some of the 5M integration, or sorry, the LB phone integration, and another thing. So, anyway, you do have a, what I was trying to say is I'm not going to show it just in case it crashes again. But there is a paycheck system in this money framework. So if you don't have a way for people to earn money, you can simply turn on that and people will earn money in the fixed amount of money that you define every so often on an interval. Whether that is 30 minutes, which is by default, and everyone gets notified at the same time. That might be adjusted, I'm not too sure yet. But right now it's just every 30 minutes on the server. It doesn't matter when the player themselves connected. Like I said, this might be changed or even be an option configurable to be server-sided or client-sided 30 minutes. But it is real-world time, not in-game. So do keep that in mind. So what I was wanting to show is there is LB integration with a specific app. If you enable that, you must have this app installed, and this app will be included with the purchase of the money framework. So if you purchase the money framework, you get the app as well. The app will be free, of course, but yeah, the app obviously cannot be purchased on its own. It will require the money framework for obvious reasons. So if we do a transaction here, so I'll just take out $10. Should have worked. No, it did not work. Why? Interesting. Maybe I didn't toggle it. Give me 1 second. Okay, let's try this one more time. Not too sure what went wrong on that one. It's supposed to send a notification to the phone. There might be something that's having an issue there. Yeah, it's not working for some reason. Obviously it will once it's out. Oops, not Sonora and CAD. Let's make sure my app is on the phone. Okay, so anyway, moving on to the phone portion, that is an issue. I'll get that fixed. But anyway, moving on to the phone portion here. As you can see, we have the app here. You can open it, and you can see your balance, which is correct when you open it, and it refreshes every time you open the app. So do keep that in mind. If for some reason you want to, let's just say set bank 20,000, right? It doesn't update the app. But if you wanted to, without closing the app, you can simply hit this refresh balance button up here, and it will refresh your balance immediately to go and fetch it again. Now there is a cooldown on that, which is 15 seconds, and that's just so that someone can't come in here and spam that, as this goes and fetches it from the database, of course. So if someone could spam that, that could potentially bog down your server, so I'm just putting that in place as a precaution, so people cannot just sit there and spam it. Of course, they can spam it every 15 seconds, but then at that point, that is, you know, I don't want to make this a wait forever kind of thing. So, that is that. Now, the whole point of this app is to make it super simple for people to just be able to set up the whole function of sending money through the bank to a specific phone number. Of course, the LB phone has its own wallet app, and if you would like to use that, you absolutely can. But that would be up to you to configure yourself. In this case, I have configured a specific app so that it makes it easier for you. So you just throw the app in and it works. There's nothing else you have to do. And you could do the amount you want to send. So we could say $500. And then the receiving person's phone number would go here. Obviously, I'm going to just do someone's number who is not in right now. And if you do that, you're probably wondering what happens. So when you hit send money, it prompts you here. Are you sure you want to send? There will eventually be a $sign there, but to the phone number, and you can hit send or cancel, and it won't do anything if you cancel. And then you can, so if you hit send, it will try to send it, and then if for some reason it can't, or that other person doesn't exist, or you entered the wrong phone number or whatever, then it will say send money failed, the phone number is invalid, or the player is not currently in the server. So the person does have to be online. I am looking at a way to potentially go around that, but for the time being, that is not possible. So that is currently where we stand, and this app will eventually probably have dark mode support for the phone. As you can see, it's in dark mode, but the app is not, and this causes the little go home button at the bottom of the phone to be white in a white app, which is obviously not very ideal. My current plan, until I can get the dark mode and all that stuff figured out, my current plan would be to just my current plan would just be to change the white background to like just a slightly different shade. But yeah, soon it will support dark mode, so if your phone is set to dark mode, it will be dark. It'll probably support that before it releases, as I do still have to test a bunch of different stuff. Yeah, so this is very simple. It works. Of course, you could refresh if your bank changes outside of this somehow. You know, theoretically, if you wanted to, you could be on your phone and probably come over here and interact with the ATM. For some reason, I actually can't. Interesting. I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently it stops you from doing that if the phone is up. Didn't know that. Yeah, so for some reason the phone notifications are not working. I'm not exactly sure why. Don't worry about all this. This will not be here when it releases. That is all for my testing. But yeah, no, that is not showing up for some reason. Give me just 1 second. I'm actually gonna see if I can look into that, into why that's not working. Because I really do want to show you guys the notification system. I'm just not quite sure why it's not talking. Ah. Okay, give me 1 second. I actually found the issue. And I will get this fixed right on up and be able to show you guys. Okay. Give me 1 second. I actually think. Let's make sure I restarted the script. Okay. Should work now. You just come up to an ATM. I will show a additional ATM here in a second. Just ignore why that was white for a second. That wouldn't normally happen unless you restart. I will give that disclaimer. If you restart the script mid-server while the server is running, there will be a 15-second wait before it syncs the money to the HUD and the theme to the UI here. And that is just simply because some HUDs take longer than others to load, and it sends the money to the HUD after 15 seconds, just to make sure that the HUD would have been loaded by then. It's just a precaution on my part. It does not really matter. Anyway, with this open, you will see that you do have a you can actually change the mode, and this will save locally. This is not global. So now the cool part is if you go in, let's say my server, and you set it to dark mode, and then let's say you go to someone else's server who also has the same framework in here, it would be there too. You wouldn't have to reset it. It is saved on your local client under just a KVP, and that's it. So it's very cool. Anyway, if I withdraw or deposit, same thing really, you will get a notification from the Fearless Bank app with a withdrawal, and yeah, you'll get a notification there with how much was taken and the fee. This also works with transactions too. This works with any notification that you would normally get on the left there, which you can disable the GTA notifications if you would like to just have, for example, only have the notifications come from the phone. So for example, I have Big Daddy's car wash in here. So if I were to pull up to the car wash and use it, I would also get the phone there. Now obviously it doesn't really format well on the phone for those notifications. I'm actually not so sure where that notification went. Huh. Okay, interesting. Might just be an LB phone thing. But yeah, so that is pretty much how that works. Is there any questions or anything? If not, I think I'm gonna wrap up the stream here. If no one has any questions about anything. Okay, it's not looking like anyone has any questions, so I'm gonna wrap up the stream here, and I will see you guys in the next video or stream that I do, which shouldn't be too much longer. I plan on doing something on here, so yeah, hope to see you guys around. If you guys enjoyed, if you do have a question after the stream ends, or you're watching this back as a VOD, just put it in the comments, and I will get to your question. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great night, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.